I was someone who belonged to a feminist discussion group long before I joined QREN, and I read all the early feminist manifestos. And my belief was that feminism was the advocacy of equal rights and opportunities for women. And I guess I saw that in QREN or sensed it without it being a real feature. I think it was just inherent within the organisation. Well, it certainly is a celebration, and I think what it says to me is that the vision of Jan Darlington, the founder of the organisation, and those women who joined her in 1993 was right for its time, and that the calibre of women who've served and supported the organisation from that time has ensured that it's flourished and remained relevant.
I would say in those days and right up to today, only a minority would claim to be feminists. And that's because of, I believe, firstly, a very poor understanding of what feminism stands for, and secondly, the backlash, especially in conservative circles. However, what I think is interesting is that, in my view, many have achieved the goals of feminism, that is to be heard and to have female opinions taken seriously while avoiding the odium of identifying as a feminist. I mean, I identify and I tell anyone, yes, I'm a feminist, a responsible feminist. But, a lot of people are not, they have there's, as I said, a backlash, especially in conservative circles.
Feminism it's a really interesting area. I personally am a feminist. I grew up at a time when I went to university in the 70s and have always identified with feminist causes. I think it's really important. I would see QREN as a feminist organisation, not as in an activist way, but just because it is enabling of women to be the best that they can be. I've been to several conferences. I've actually presented a workshop at Charters Towers conference.
For instance, the conference at Biloela, it was just wonderful to meet all those people. And my husband came along and he went with the men's group out to the recycling plant out at the dump. And he still speaks about how wonderful it was of getting to know and share time with other people from other districts.
I did value that ability to meet women from other parts of Queensland. I mentioned that in the beginning. As far as benefits to me personally, I learned a lot, and one of the things I really feel I'd like to say is the opportunity to work with women that had some amazing skills and some vision. The likes of our founder, Jan Darlington, who taught me so much. I've learned a tremendous amount from their wise counsel. I think they've all been sort of mentors to me. And being involved in probably some selection panels was an opportunity. It's something I'd never done. I mean, we've been involved in employing staff in our own business. Being involved with the budget project where we had to look at employing people, that was a huge thing for me. I guess you could call it an opportunity. I'm not sure, but it was certainly a learning curve. Again, I think just the people you meet along the way. So many people I wouldn't have met that haven't been to QREN. Business-wise, it gave me confidence, I suppose, a little bit more. I had the opportunity to go to some various workshops through QREN. I did workshops on mental health. I did get involved in dairy industry programs, and I don't think I'd have done that without the encouragement from the QREN people that I had met. I don't think I'd have had the confidence to do it without that support from QREN. I sort of just I did feel that women needed an equal voice. I don't know whether I would say I'm a real feminist or not, but I do believe that we have the right to be heard and to have an equal say in our roles in life, I guess. But I'm not sure about the word feminism. I've always been a little bit uncomfortable about it, but nevertheless, I'm not one to sit back and not have a say either. Not now, but perhaps many years ago I probably was.
Totally. I felt the lack of community, particularly contact with women on a professional and personal level, and so QIWN filled that space. And I was reading an article about QIWN leading up to the Chinchilla conference, so I drove out there to have a look at the organisation. I liked what I saw and I joined on the spot. I discovered the power and value of networking through being a member of QIWN, and that's stayed with me throughout the rest of my life, and I still believe in it and use it in my personal and professional relationships. 3 points, my most enduring memory of the membership: networking and friendship, working on some major projects with good outcomes, and meeting challenges as a team. I think that was a great team, that we met our challenges, we worked through them, and we came out the other side, as I said, with some good outcomes. 25 years. Right, I believe it's an affirmation of being a rural woman and to be proud of it.